In 2015, Zambia signed up to the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) along with other United Nations member countries, which is hoped to lift the country's status from a low-income country to a prosperous middle-income country by the year 2030. In hope of achieving this, the Ministry of National Development Planning, on the morning of 5th November 2020, launched 3 reports, namely the Land, Forest and Water Resources reports, which are aimed at accounting for the country's natural resources in order to use them efficiently. Minister of National Development Planning Alexander Chiteme says it is important to account for all the country's resources in order to identify key areas for investment in order to expand the country's gross domestic product (GDP).
Countries measure economic growth through the GDP. However, it is clear that GDP is not a significant indicator of sustainability because it does not value the cost of environmental degradation or recognize how natural resources are being depleted pursuing economic development. GDP does not also recognize the need of communities who depend on the natural resources for their day-to-day survival. Therefore, incorporating the full value of ecosystem services into the wealth of a country through the natural capital accounting and the benefits that the people derive from them is very important.
Meanwhile, Minister of Water Development, Sanitation and Environmental Protection Jonas Chanda, who was launching the water report, says there is need to harness water resources for efficient and sustainable utilization to enhance productivity and reduce poverty, as the 2030 Agenda of Developing Zambia places water at the center.
Let me now highlight some of the possible applications of the water accounts. Some of the uses of the water accounts include the following. 1. Determining the impact of economic growth on water resources. 2. Quantifying in economic terms the contribution of water resources to the economy. 3. Understanding the social and economic implications of water policy instruments like water pricing, property rights and regulation. And 4. Determining the specific contributions of economic activities to the various pressures on water resources such as pollution and over-abstraction, as well as the opportunities for reducing these pressures.
Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Jean Kapata, who was launching the forest report, explains that the report will show how forests contribute to the country's economy.
The forest report is one of the technical reports produced and is being launched today. It should be noted that the natural capital account for forests should show how forests contribute to the national economy and how the economy may be affecting the natural resources such as such information is important for planning and improving developmental decisions.
And Minister of Higher Education Brian Mushimba, who was launching the lands report, says accounting for land will ensure that Zambia fully benefits from this vast resource. Zipporah Mushala, Movie TV News, Lusaka.